Talk about equipment.
Yeah, go on.
Right, tested this week is the PXG secret weapon.
Secret
weapon. Mini driver. Because that isn't secret, it's a mini driver. We're going to do wider mini driver chat in a minute, but let's just talk about the product itself first, Joe.
I was going to say you're going to grab it, but we've got two.
We've got two because we've got a left-handed one and a right-handed one. I'm going to do a left-handed one for the sake of, inclusivity to us lefties out there.
Start with the name, Dan. Tell me what you think of the name.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. It's a bit cheesy, but I've moaned at PXG since the podcast began back last summer about 0311 STP1 irons. That's a load of nonsense. Secret weapon, brilliant.
Here for it.
Simple person, simple name.
I think it's here to stay though, because we had the Desert Club.
Do you want me to take yours out? The mini driver?
No, you're good. I'm fine with yours. I can just switch my perception round.
Come on.
How'd you do a whoopsie?
I did it, yeah.
Okay.
Carry
on. I can't remember what I was going to say.
No, sorry, I'm taking my rhythm there. The naming, the Desert Club, Wildcat
from the package set. So it feels like
Black Ops.
Yeah, it feels like it gives them some character, bit of identity, and you don't have to, like you say, delve through the coding of the other ones to figure out what's what. I really like it from PXG.
You pop on the sort of character of the weapon. The head cover's got character. It's got this, for those listening, a skull.
What's he doing?
He's
because it's a secret.
Because it's a secret weapon. I don't know what the number 26 means. I've not got down to the bottom
I
of
would
that.
imagine that's a military reference because there's a lot of military references in PXG stuff. So I would imagine that.
So the club is characterful from a starting point. It's a mini driver, which is great. So before we get onto the mini driver wider chat, I'm
not finished on the head cover yet.
After you.
Did you notice this little bit?
Only after watching Dan Hendrickson's review of this, which is worth a watch, actually. I enjoyed the way he did about it.
I got it from that as well.
Did you get it from that as well?
Absolutely. I missed it in my review.
I was like, I'd love to see what Dan's got to say about this. And then one of the first things was like, look at this is cool. I was like, sugar, I missed that.
Little magnet on the back of the head cover, cart magnet, the quick stick PXG cart magnet, head cover off,
brilliant
back
idea.
on the sides, you're not bending down to pick it up, you're not losing it down the bit of your bag.
That's an American company for you on cart, because in the UK we don't play on carts.
Great idea though.
Brilliant. So it's a characterful little club, Joe. So before we get on to wider mini driver chat, which I'll get stuck into because it's the first time I've used one, I want you to talk about this in the context of mini drivers because you've hit and tested them all.
Yeah.
So help me out with where this sits in your opinion, testing wise.
Still a small market.
Oh, big time. How many have we got now?
So we've got the Callaway, we've got TaylorMade, we've got PXG. Am I missing one?
You're missing. There's a Cobra prototype appeared, but that's not ready yet. The Titleist.
Which still isn't out, but will
it
it be out
yet?
by the time we do this?
It's not under embargo. And if it is, Titleist, sue me.
It's been out there. There's loads of images of it on tour.
So there's 3 you could buy right now.
No, I'm almost 100%. I'm missing one, but it's still a small market regardless. It's an interesting one. This whole thing because it depends what you're after from a mini driver. Some people are using it as a direct driver replacement because they can't keep their driver on the course, or they're just not finding strike and just finding a short shaft very useful to help them find strike and losing less distance than they would by dropping down to a 3-wood or a 4-wood, whatever. You've still got some driver style power. Some people are using it like that. Some better players are kind of using it just as a straight 3-wood replacement. Some better players didn't feel like they were getting enough out of their 3-wood. The courses they were playing didn't warrant, the whole idea of getting down as far as the hole as possible from decade golf. And statistically, we know that to be a good thing. You're just getting down there as far as you can. Adam Scott, for example, switched for that reason. He put in a mini driver instead of a 3-wood because he found on tour there was an awful lot of kind of bottlenecking and fairways tightening up at around the 300, 310 mark, which would be where his driver might go. So he's having to, I've got to lay back from that. But when he was laying back with 3-wood, he was laying back to kind of 270, which when you go and maybe the mini driver was getting to 290 for him. So that additional 20 yards statistically over the course of a season will make a huge amount of difference just getting down there closer. And I've noticed some differences between the mini drivers subtly at the moment, and I'm interested to see the Titleist one because I've got a hunch that's going to be really good off the deck for some reason. I don't know why, just looking at the shaping.
Just a vibe, just a feeling you get.
Just a feeling I get from
that gear sense you've got, the sixth sense.
The sixth sense. I just feel like it's going to be one of those things. This one I found very strong from the floor.
Very strong from the floor, interesting.
So if I'm comparing it to the Callaway and the TaylorMade, Callaway I found significantly better from the tee. TaylorMade, I would suggest, is probably the best of both worlds. I think it's pretty good from the tee and it's pretty good from the fairway. I would say maybe that's slightly better from the fairway and the TaylorMade and the Callaway is slightly better from the tee.
Yeah.
And I'd put this straight in at number 2 on my list. The TaylorMade is still my favourite.
Yeah.
But this is really good. I love the look. I like how cohesive it is with the current Black Ops range of drivers. The crown, when you look down, looks almost identical.
Yeah, so just describe that for those listening.
So we've got a little step crown. We've got a banner strip at the front with a little X for your alignment to help you center the ball. We've got the banner strip around the outside, kind of a white and grey banner strip, which breaks up otherwise a very shiny black.
It's very shiny. I can literally see myself in it now.
You lucky. Very straight leading edge. Sits very squarely. The only thing I don't like the face dressing so much. There's quite a bit going on in the face, just in terms of the grooves. I don't see the necessity of adding those little white bits of the grooves.
I'll pick one a bit high there. Let's ignore that.
Yeah, let's not zoom in on that one. But that can be a tactic. That might be a deliberate tactic. A lot of people are trying to highlight the face a little bit more this year. There's a lot of faces that come out very similar to the Titleist GT. So when you add some contrast to the face, you can see a little bit more of it, which gives the illusion of more loft and helps feel more confident.
And what do you think of the sole of the club? So it's really plain. It's a gloss with these 4 weight ports in and a big PXG. I think that's really clean.
I lost the plot. I went back when we were doing this. I went back and read my review that I did of it in Golf Monthly, which I'm going to update. And I said, sole's a bit fussy for me. And then I looked at it the other day and I thought,
it's the opposite of fussy.
That's not fussy. There's not a lot going on. I think the weights threw me to start with because the other ones generally have only got 1 or 2 weights in them. We've got 4 here. We've got a lot going on. This reminds me a bit of the R7 quad driver from TaylorMade, which had 4 adjustable weights. So you've got 2 sort of heavy, I think they're 15 grams and 2.5, I think it is.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you got to make sure you're absolutely
get your halves right. Get your half a grams right.
But you've got then a number of combinations because you've got 4 slots. Those weights go. They don't just change front to back. You can put anyone anywhere. So you've got huge adjustability to dial in your flight requirements there.
Only available in 13 degrees.
Yeah, that was one of my gripes. I like to see the TaylorMade, for example, the Burner Mini Copper that I use, I've got it in 11.5. So for someone who's trying to use it as a driver replacement, I mean, you can loft it down.
It's adjustable sleeve. It's adjustable sleeve
is adjustable, but some people, I know some people that I'm playing with at my sort of PGA region are playing it at 10 degrees and kind of lofting it down from the 11.5, their TaylorMade one, to 10 degrees. And obviously you can't go that low on that. So that's slightly limiting. But I think for a first effort into the mini driver market, great look, feels and sounds really good. The Black Ops range,
it is
nailed that.
Hot. Feels hot.
It's lively.
Sounds like it's all very cohesive in that sense. Sam talked about this with some fairways. I think the Strixon, that it looks and sounds hot. Sorry, feels and sounds hot. It can't look hot. I mean, it can if that's what you're into. Hey, go wild. I'm not gonna. No judgment here. We're the one doing the equipment podcast. But then it matches with the numbers. I found for myself personally, it sat really quite close to my driver.